2, 1, go!
Hello everybody, my name is Mykah, and welcome to part 1 of Versus Ourple Guy. Now, if you don't know, I am a part of this thing because I am sexy, I am cool, I am handsome, I am beautiful. And if you don't think that, and you think I'm just a disgusting, revolting, repulsing piece of doo-doo crap from the backside of your sewer drain, I'll have you know that for one, I am a YouTuber with as many subs as the next. And by next, I mean as like the freaking, I don't even know, like as much as freaking Florida, Texas, Washington, Connecticut, Rhode Island. States that you probably forgot even existed to this point. I'll have you know right now that I am losing this Markiplier impression and that it just became to this growly old man. So I'm gonna stop and get to my normal voice and we may continue to this ranking. This is one of the most consistent OSTs I've ever heard in my entire life of FNF, which has been ever since 2022. Now, for those who don't know, my favorite mod is $17, and I always love comparing things to that mod to see if there's any that'll be like around there, or at least about there. I don't think anything can beat it, in my opinion. And I feel like Versus Ourple Guy, it's honestly, I wouldn't say it's per se in my top 10, but it's definitely in the top like 20 to 30 of like best mods like ever overall. Because I've never heard an OST this consistent in quality before. Like, there are good OSTs out there, right? But like, oh my lord, have I never heard one that's never had one D or F tier in my life. You know, besides, you know, mods like Monster of Monsters, Friday Night Madness. But like, well, I can't say that, I have a few that I don't like. But like, those are like a few examples of mods that have consistent OSTs. This one fits that category very, very, very well, and I'd like to show that to you guys today, or at least the first 15 songs, because this will be a part 1. Yes, I'm doing a part 1 and part 2, because my phone cannot handle an hour and 30 minutes of me rambling with gameplay that has 4K resolution. So, I'm going to be splitting this into 2 parts. These will be mostly the C's, B's. Actually, yeah, it's just going to be all the C's and half of the B's. And then as soon as we get to the others, which will be in part 2, those will be the halves of the other B's and then the A's and then the S's. So, without further ado, let's get started with the least best song in this mod, which in my opinion, I feel like is objectively acceptable. And if you don't agree with that, I'm fine with that. But I feel like it should be good enough to at least be the least, but it's still not that bad. So, with that being said, let's move on to our first song. Looks like we are starting things off with Blubber. Now, this song is not that bad at all, but in my opinion, it's the weakest song in the mod, mostly because the instrumental is just not doing much for me. Like, sure, there is one, but there's just not much happening in the instrumental. It's just doing what it's doing, but it's just, I guess, there. Now, Fat Jones' chromatic is fine. I wouldn't say it's like anything over the top, but it gets the job done. And he sounds fine in the song overall. Like, he doesn't really heighten or really lower the song for me. So he's just an okay part of the song as well. BF is pretty, I would say he's probably the best part. He sounds pretty well. I mean, like, his melodies do the song enough justice as well for it to not be anything lower than a C tier for me. You know what I mean? But like, everything else I'd say is fine. You know, this song is just a fine song, and I feel like it gets the job done as sort of like a kind of joke song, but also
Like, it's taking itself seriously enough to where it actually sounds pretty decent. But with that out of the way, let's move on to our next C tier. Alright, now before I rank this song, before I explain my ranking in this song, I'm aware BF's name in this mod is Brook. I'm just going to be like using Brook and BF interchangeably throughout this ranking, so please excuse me for that. But with that being said, let's rank. I keep saying rank, I've already did that. Alright, now Beatbox is also an okay song, I would say. The dude on the left, Abdul Cisse, Abdul, hope I'm saying his name right. I know where he's from though. I know he did that little like beatbox thing to like the Five Nights at Freddy's theme song, or the Living Tombstone song per se. Which was, I don't know about y'all, but he's kind of funny. But like, he doesn't even sound that bad in this song, honestly. His chromatic is honestly pretty well, I would say. I feel like he glides along the instrumental very well. And speaking of instrumental, that instrumental goes hard. Alright? That instrumental is something else entirely, gang. It's simple, but it goes in. You know what I mean? Now, you want to know why this song is a C tier? Like, usually this wouldn't be a problem per se, but like, this song is so short. Like, I know it was literally only like 16 seconds, like before V3, but now that it's like only a minute and 16 seconds, like, oh man, I kind of wish it was extended just a little bit more, you know, like a little bit more. Because I know now that if I'm like saying more than like a minute, I'm gonna have to like edit the gameplay like maybe twice or 3 times. But like, dang, it feels like a missed opportunity the way this song just like ends. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there could have been more added to this song. Like, I know there's already like a beatbox section in it, which sounds good in my opinion. Doesn't sound too bad. But man, I wish there was like a, you know, like those like little lyrical sections, like you know, like a epic rap battles of history kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, that would be kind of funny. And then like, you know, just go all out with the lyrics, like just have him say the N-word for like 45 minutes straight, gang. He's black. Now, hey, that's what I can give with this song. You know, Brooke sounds good. Abdul sounds good. Well done per se. The instrumental goes hard. It's just that I wish this song had like more added to it. I wish there was like at least another maybe 45 seconds. You know, maybe hit the 2-minute mark. Maybe, I don't know. But like, with that being said, let's move on to the next song.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, next up is Swag Money. Now, as far as this song goes, this song is also very good, but it also conflicted me on whether I wanted it to be a C tier or a B tier. But I've decided to put it in C tier for reasons that I will explain now. For starters, William's chromatic is fine. I feel like he gets the job done as well. Like, I don't know, it's just like I'm very kind of mixed with his chromatic in the song and how it sounds and how it's used. Like, on one hand, it sounds majestic, it sounds fantastic, but on the other hand, it's like, oh, okay, like, alright, sure. But Jack F. Kennedy, JFK, my boy, you're the best part of the song by far, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Your chromatic it's so good, bro. His chromatic is very, very, very good. It works along the song very well, especially with that little like I'm assuming that's like the main melody, the dun 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 dun. I think that part right there, I believe that's like the main melody. But like, holy moly, does that part hit so hard when he sings it. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
This song is good because Jack made it good, bruh. William is fine, I would say. Every time I say that dude's name, all I'm thinking about is that one meme, the I am William Afton. That's literally all I'm thinking about. The other thing is about the instrumental, right? The instrumental, it's fine. I'd say that like it doesn't really do much. Like it doesn't really influence me to put this song over a C tier, but like it's not bad. It like don't get me wrong, it's not bad or anything. It's just okay. I feel like it doesn't really do much to me to where I could just put this over like the other songs that this song is underneath. But like don't like seriously, don't get me wrong. This song overall is good. I just feel like, you know, William is okay, the instrumental is fine. Man, Jack just sounds beautiful, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, he sounds amazing. But with that out of the way, let's move on to the next song in C tier.
Ready Fazbear's Pizza.
Little story here about this song, but I was going to the OST of this. I was listening to the OST on SoundCloud. So like when I heard like Chef PP, I did not think that was Chef PP at all. His chromatic sounds like now that I've like seen his face in the gameplay and whatnot, I can now hear it. But before, that didn't sound like Chef PP at all. I don't know if that's like a issue or something, or am I just deaf? But like, Poop on My Head, not a bad song. I don't know why. Like, sure, it's trap, kind of, which is like one of my favorite genres. I think it's my second favorite underneath Brazilian funk, don't question it. But like, dog, I hate how like kind of like it's simple, but it's also a good song to me. I don't know. I just like it. All right. I know Freddy has the jump scare effects. I think. God, that chromatic just brings me back to like versus FNAF 1, I think. But like, holy moly, does it kind of slap. I don't know about me, I don't know about y'all, I don't know about this, but like the way they use the sound effects that Freddy has, I don't know, they did it very well. I don't know why, it actually kind of slaps. Same with Chef Pee Pee, he actually doesn't sound bad at all. It kind of sounds like tuned to tonals, which would make sense considering what genre the song is and, you know, how much it, you know, it correlates to my favorite mod ever in the entire world, $17. Alright, I will keep fanboying on it, I don't care. But like, this song is very good to me. The instrumental also, it's not the best part to me because, you know, as I said before, it's simple, it doesn't really do much. But then again, it still slaps, alright? It slaps. It slaps, alright? But like, I feel like my favorite part would be the vocals. The vocals do stand out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they actually have, you know, good, like, melodies, like, articulate notes being sung around everywhere, you know? Like, I feel like this song is just a good song, mostly because of how simple it is, and it's also just a banger entirely. But, like, just to say this before we move on to the next song, oh my god, voice crack. Before we move on to the next song, just know that I did not think this was Chef Pee Pee at all. Voice crack. I didn't know this was Chef Pee Pee at all. I was expecting it to be like another person, but hey, we got Chef Penis. We got Chef P. Willikers, bro. Hey, I don't mind. Chef Pee Pee is probably like my. Yeah, no. He is my favorite character in SML, and I say that like I watch them. I don't watch them anymore. I used to. I used to, bro. Nah, no more, bro. They're weird now. But with that out of the way, let's move on to the next song before, you know, before I die. Before you thought I was joking? I'm dead. I'm not coming back, bro. I'm done. another example of a good joke song, and it comes from none other than these two. I was not expecting these two to collab like at all. Yes, I'm very much late to this because, to be honest, like I knew Ourple versus Ourple Guy existed. I just never paid attention to it. But, like I knew about the updates and stuff, but never have I ever thought these two specifically would be in the same song. That being said, the song slaps. Now, the main reason as to why this is a C tier, I'm just gonna call them the Ourple brothers for the funny. But these two, yeah, they don't really sound too good. I'm not gonna lie, they both sound kind of like, yeah, it's their chromatics. Sure enough, like that's them. Their chromatics didn't get changed at all, but they sound so scratchy. They sound like they need a lozenge. You know what I mean? Like I said, yes, that's their chromatic. They sound like that. And you know, Williams' chromatic is better used in later songs that'll be in this list later on. But man, dude, they sound so weird in the song. They don't sound pleasing to the ears, man. Like, it's probably just me. Most likely is literally just me, but like, they don't really sound too good. But holy moly, does Boyfriend just take this song from like bottom D to like the middle of C. Like, holy moly, does Boyfriend go absolutely nuts in this song, dog. This dude is oh my lord, he's everything I've always wanted. All right, not only does this man have great high notes in the song, and not only do they use an actual good BF chromatic that's at least in that key, because for some reason every time I hear that chromatic, that's like the only key that I hear this man in. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe it's because the chromatic sounds the best at that key specifically. Well, oh my lord, does like the pop-offs and the fast notes. Like, oh my lord, when he goes crazy, when that man gets to spitting, that man does not stop. You know what I'm saying? That man go all up in there. You know what I'm saying? That man go hard in the paint. I don't know what y'all talking about. By y'all, I mean me, because I'm out here yelling. I'm out here yelling on a school night, yo. Tough. But, yeah, Boyfriend just makes this, it just makes this so good. It rose up this song by a major amount. The instrumental, I don't really have much to speak on, because it's not really, it's a major factor in the song, don't get me wrong, but like, there's not really much to talk about with it. It's just, it's good. It's a good instrumental, but like, that's all, right? I could say though that it does have some intricate melodies here and there, and when it pops off, like I said before, assisted by Boyfriend, when it pops off, you know what I mean? The instrumental goes crazy. And I don't know why when songs do this, but it just gives me like, it just brings a tear to my eye when they do the do 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 do. Every time they do that, I'm out here just vibing. My neck out here probably breaking, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you. My neck gotta be gotta be made from some pure vibranium, bro. The way my head be moving, I'm surprised it's still intact. But like, yeah, this song is great. All right, I just don't really like the Ourple brothers' chromatic to me. They're not really that good in the song. It's kind of unpleasant to hear. But with that being said, let's move on to our next C tier. Go Fish is another song on this list that I feel like is very underrated.
even though I feel like up right there. I have a feeling I know why, per se. Not because of the other songs being better, which, you know, why would it be on the way in the bottom if it wasn't? You know what I mean? But like, I feel like this song doesn't really fit Old Man Consequences, honestly. Like, I feel like he's supposed to be this mellow, low, like laid down kind of, like, you know, old guy that, you know, like you just see him fishing, you know, just fishing and chilling, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really see it as like a happy go jolly song, you know. I see it as more of a like a chill, relaxing, maybe even dark song, you know what I mean? So hearing like a happy song based on Old Man Consequences doesn't really feel right. Then again, it happened in this mod and it's not even that bad. Now, I've been looking for like who this the player was. It just like I couldn't find anything for it, and I was like, it looks like Freddy. So I think that's the Freddy from a song later in this mod. Currently not thinking of the name as of right now. I think it's not Showtime. I know that for sure. That's with Cake Bear. But sorry, yeah, Performance. That's what I'm thinking of. Performance. Yeah, I think that's the Freddy that's used here. It's from Performance. I hope. Now, Old Man Consequences chromatic is honestly not that bad. I think he sounds pretty well in the song. Like, it sounds so uncanny though. Like, Old Man Consequences and like a happy, good, like a fun song, and he doesn't even sound that bad. Like, hello, like, I mean, like, and then Freddy in the song, he's not that bad either. I feel like he's meh in my opinion. Like, I feel like he doesn't really impact the song too much. Like, I feel like he's like, oh, I'm alright, he sounds nice. Moving on, you know what I mean? Like, the instrumental I feel like is the weakest part of this. Not that it's bad per se, it just doesn't really it captures the happy go jolly fun aspect. But like, as far as the instrumental itself, like if it like, you know, has me like getting jiggy, you know, just hitting straight dance moves on the freaking floor, bruh. Not really. Like it I feel like there's a later song in this mod that does this kind of thing, but better. But as far as how Go Fish stands right now, I feel like it's just like, it's all right. I feel like but like, I feel like it's very underrated though. Like, I feel like I don't know. Like, the song is not bad, and the song is very underrated, but I understand why. And I feel like it's because it doesn't fit Old Man Consequences like that. I feel like if it dived into more of the darker, mellow, like melancholic aspect of this, I feel like it would have worked better and it would have gotten more attention. Hopefully that I explained this good enough, because I don't know, I have a feeling that I have to go more in depth with why I believe this song is like very underrated, and why I feel like, you know, like this song just needs more recognition. But then again, it's a happy song with Old Man Consequences in it. Why? You know, like it's like, what were they thinking? You know what I mean? Like, did they want to like have a like extra little spice to it? Did they want to switch it up? You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with being unique. You know what I mean? Like, do what you want. It's your mod. But like, you sure? Like that's like the main thing there. You know. But with that out of the way, let's move on to the next song in C tier as well.
Faz News is a mixed bag in my opinion. Now, I know I see people really love this song, like to the bottom of their hearts. But in my opinion, it's fine, mostly because the vocals are kind of conflicting for me. Like, I can't tell if they're good or bad. That's like a weird thing. Like, I'm kind of confused on whether I like these chromatics or not. Because, like, they sound good and bad. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but this is like the most mixed bag I've ever heard in my life. Like, how come the vocals are like more mixed than the instrumental? And it's usually the other way around, at least for most of these. For me, at least, because the instrumental is it's godly. I love it. The instrumental is the best part in this song, no question. Well, besides the one. That's the instrumental and that specific melody, Ascension. But like, as far as the vocals itself, I really am conflicted on whether I like him or not. The chromatics are like, I don't know. Like, first, oh my lord, dang, how do I explain these vocals, dude? Like, I don't know how to explain these. Like, dang, like, it's like on one hand they both sound great, but on the other hand they just both sound kind of weird, especially when they do those fast, articulate, like Speedy Gonzalez type notes. Like, it kind of goes off the rails on those parts. They just sound off. Like, I can't explain it. Like, how do I explain these vocals without sounding too much of like a like, I mean, I'll start with Springtrap here. Springtrap, like, is a mixed bag as far as that. Like, for example, the one melody I adore, he sounds amazing on that part. All right, he sounds spectacular. He sounds wonderful. All right, I can't blame them for that. I can't blame them for making peak melodies, gang. That's what they're That's what they're here for, bro. But yeah. Besides that, he just sounds fine. Besides that one melody, which is it's just goated. Besides that, I don't really know if I really mess with it like that. Same thing with Mangle. Mangle is like a bigger issue than Springtrap for me. Because on one hand, like I said before, she sounds good, but on the other hand, it sounds bad. And you can tell more on her side than on his side. Like, with his, you can kind of conceal it. You can kind of like, oh, I'm starting to hear it, you know what I mean? But like on Mangle, you hear it from then and there, like literally from the beginning, from the intro, from the moment she starts singing, you're like, oh no. Ew. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the vocals are a very, very mixed bag, yet the instrumental just slaps the whole way through. And then just that one melody just going off, and then the vocals actually starting to sound great on that specific melody. Like, this song is a very, very, very mixed bag. A very, very perfect C tier, I would say. But that's just me. I don't know about y'all. That's my opinion. But we're gonna move on to the next song in C tier. By the way, if you guys want to know, this is mid C tier. This is the middle, the pinnacle of C tier almost. Jesus is Lord. But let's move on to the next song in C tier. After Midnight is honestly another banger from the GOAT himself, Greg. This song is not that bad, but I will say, this is a slight spoiler here, but it's not better than the original Midnight, at least in my opinion. Mostly the reason is being that Prange sounds a little bit more off in this song. Sounds a little bit more, not bit crushed, but more of like kind of choppy, almost as if he's like on a Discord call with a bad mic. But besides that, this song it's a blast, yo. Lime Guy sounds amazing. One Branch does sound good. He sounds good. You know, Brooke sounds great. You know what I mean? Like, there is some good stuff in here, right? The instrumental is insane, and I do love what the sampled lyrics part. Like, not like sampled lyrics, but like, you know, it's like sampled. Apparently, it's sampled from Notorious B.I.G., which I'm surprised people still even know who this man is to this day. I know, but like, yeah, this song is very good. You know, but like, you know, it's just that range kind of threw me off a little bit. He felt a little bit choppy. He feels a little bit low quality, I would say. Not in like low quality as in mod quality. No, I mean low quality as in like his voice sounds like a low quality meme. At least to me. You know, I probably am deaf or something, but like, to me, he sounds like that. Probably does it for you. To people that like this song, go figure, because this song is very good, honestly. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. Is there anything more I could say here? I mean, I could say that let me go more on the sampled lyrics actually. Now, the quote unquote sample lyrics, but that section, it actually is pretty smooth sounding. I feel like they added Greg added that part into the song very well. It felt like nothing like changed. It felt like it was supposed to happen. So that's a good thing. The vocals sound awesome. They go hard. You know what I mean? The instrumental goes crazy, and by crazy I mean like, I believe it's like it's like I don't know why I said crazy. I feel like it doesn't fit it. It feels more like laid back like type stuff, and it actually is pretty good sounding to listen to. You know what I mean? And then like, bro, After Midnight is honestly a really good bop. But like, the only reason why it's C tier, which I know it's a crazy downgrade, but it's mostly C tier because I don't really like how Prange Guy sounds. He just sounds very choppy. But that's enough with this song. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, I know this one's gonna piss some people off, but Cash Money, dang, bro, it's just a disappointing one for me. Like, when I saw that Smokey 99K made this song, I'm like, this had to be some type of $17 type music, because, you know, he worked on the original $17. So I was like, I expect nothing but peak. Nothing but peak, but no. This song is sadly just not my taste for me. Like, even though it's in that realm of $17 stuff, but like, it just doesn't feel right to me. Like yeah, it sounds like Smokey 99K, but it just, I don't know, I just don't rock with it as much as I thought I would be. Now, for starters, Moneybags, which is, I honestly really like his origin story. That's kind of funny. How he misinterpreted selling kids, yo. That's actually one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Crazy, but funny. And he honestly, I would say, is probably the best part of this song. He actually sounds very well made. He actually sounds done. I really like how he sounds. He kind of sounds like mischievous. Like, he sounds like he would just be like in the alleyway, just like posed up for no reason, like with that one leg up on the wall type stuff with his arms crossed. And then like, as soon as he sees one victim, he's just like, he is like,
Want some of my drugs?
or something like that. I don't freaking know. He would just walk to you from the freaking dark as heck alleyway, talking about some,
Want some of my candy?
nah, bro, I'm good. But like, he sounds awesome. I like him. He's cool. Same thing with Brooke. He sounds cool too. Boyfriend sounds good in this song as well. Now, man, I hate to say this, but the instrumental is the weakest part of the song for me. Like, it just doesn't click for me. Like, I just don't really, I'm not really a big fan of it. Like, usually with instrumentals like these, you would think it's like, ah, okay, I know where this is going. This is like, the $17 route where they got to like the most weirdest yet like hardest beats for some reason. But with this one, it's just weird. Like, I couldn't really get into the flow. I don't know if it's just me. It probably is, but like, I don't know. I just couldn't rock with it as much as I thought I would. I thought I'd be like, oh, all right then, hold up, let him cook. But no, I'm just like, like the entire way through, and it really sucks knowing that Smokey 99K made this, knowing that I know he can make Peak, where dang dude, it just. Hats off to him though. He still makes Peak to this day. I don't care what nobody says. Hats off to him. I hope he makes this song maybe better. Well, I know. Well, I can't say that. This week is getting removed entirely. But I just hope he makes something good in this mod that's kind of referring to this, but better. But in the meantime, we have Cash Money as it is, and right now I'm not really a big fan of it. Hence the C tier placement. So we're gonna move on to our next song. Showtime is one of those songs where you don't need to add much to make it a banger. This song is very good on its own, and I don't really feel like there should be much changes to it. Now, for starters, Cake Bear sounds great. In my opinion, he sounds pretty well. Now, the only thing about it that I would change is to make him less muffled. I feel like he sounds a little bit on the muffled side, almost as if you can like hear him through one of those telephone booth thingies on the outside of like freaking, I don't know, New York City, like the crap that like Doctor Who goes into. I feel like besides that, not Doctor Who, I was about to say it once again, but Cake Bear sounds pretty good. BF sounds pretty nice as well. I don't know why, but his chromatic almost makes him sound like a kid. Like, that's probably the aspect here. Well, not like the whole mod specifically. The whole mod is like a whole grown adult, yo. But like, as far as, this song specifically, I feel like leaning it towards the more kid aesthetic probably would make sense considering who he's going against. His name is literally Cake Bear. I expect him to be at least PG-13, you know what I mean? But like, I feel like the whatever they were trying to do with the BF chromatic, I feel like it's alright. I'm not really a big fan of his chromatic per se, but like, it's fine, it gets where it's going. But then again, like I said, they don't really need to change much. The song is already really good as is. I feel like they did change something, as long as it's satisfactory. Like the instrumental, don't change it at all. The instrumental goes it's like, well, I can't say don't change it at all, sort of outdated. I mean, like, don't change the, don't change how it sounds. Like, change it to sound more updated. I feel like just make it sound more in tune with the rest of the world or some shiz. I have no idea, but like, please don't change how it is currently. Like, it goes hard, but like, as long as like maybe Cake Bear sounds a little bit less, like, I feel like if he sounded a little bit more clear and BF's chromatic kind of changed a little bit, maybe to like his normal one or the one he uses for like the rest of this mod, I feel like that would go very well. Besides that, this song is very good. It is a C tier for those reasons, mostly vocals. But like, then again, like I said before, I'm gonna say it again, Cake Bear, I feel like is a song that doesn't really need to be changed. I feel like it's good as is, but I'm just gonna put those criticisms out there in case they, decide to change that all the way up, or maybe just change it slightly. Just keep these in mind, maybe. But let's move on to our last C tier, the top C tier, the top. Okay. Once again, Jack finds a way to make himself the best part of the song, because holy moly, does he go hard in Miller. Now, Miller, I would feel like, I don't know if I am probably just seeing crap, but I feel like Miller is a bit overrated. I don't really see why a lot of people like really like this song. Like, besides the, you know, the voice lines going hard, you know, like this, the ending is actually very good. Besides that, I don't really see the appeal. Now for starters, I'm gonna do this because since the song's name is Miller and the dude's name is Henry Miller, I'm just gonna call him Henry so I won't get the two mixed up. But Henry, he sounds fine. I feel like he's alright. Sounds a little bit too low for my taste, and it's kind of hard to hear him at some points. But then again, he's fine. Now I couldn't find who the names of the two peeps with phone heads were, so I'm just gonna call them Phone Guys. I don't know their names. I could not find it for absolute jack, but they're all right, I'd say. Like, I feel like they're both also a bit off to me, a bit big crushed, which is probably the point considering, you know, their heads are literal rotary phones. Like, what are you gonna do, yo? But like, you know, it's a song. I'm gonna have to say something about them, and they're just not my taste. Now William, he sounds good. William, you're peak, alright? You're good. You sound great in the song. You did your thing. Well done. I really like your high notes. Good job, yo. But Jack, my boy. Oh my lord, do you make this song 10 times better. My bro, Jack's chromatic is so good. Like, I'm being so for real. This man is so beautiful, bro. I love it. I love him. Now, what I do find funny about the song is that, like, Blackjack didn't do anything. Bro literally just stood there and died. Just to get revived and still do nothing, yo. What are you gonna... why are you here if you're not gonna do anything, yo? Leave! Well, you can't leave. You're probably gonna die trying, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not gonna contribute, why are you here? But, yeah, this song is alright. Alright? This song is alright. Not really my cup of tea, per se, but Jack goes so hard. William is very good, too. Not really big fans of the phone peeps or Henry, per se. Henry just sounds too low, and the phone guys sound a bit too big crushed. But besides that, this song is alright. Oh, actually, no, wait. Forgot about something. The instrumental also. I don't know why I forgot about talking about this. The instrumental is actually solid. It's actually not that bad. I really love the ending, dude. The ending actually has a lot of impact, I would say. The ending goes hard, alright. I like it. But like the first, I would say about like first minute and a half, 2 minutes, it was like a slow, it was a slow recovery. I'm like, oh, alright, yeah, cool. You know what I mean? Like, low-key got bored, but like, trust me, like, the song isn't bad, it's just not for me. But yeah, time to move on to our B tiers now. I hate how good this song is. You know that? I really do. I hate how good this song is. Now, for starters, Ourple sounds amazing. I have no idea why. Did I just call him Ourple? Frick it. William sounds amazing. You know what I mean? Like, this dude goes hard in the paint. I mean, like, you know. Bro, I'm not gonna hold you, yo. That before the switch up around halfway through, the first 30 seconds, bro, was some of the best things I've ever heard in my life. I'm being so serious. I made y'all listen to the whole 30 seconds on purpose. I need y'all to know how good that first part was. I'm being so for real, so deady right now. I could genuinely fall off a bridge, and if I was listening to this song, I'd probably have immunity, and I probably wouldn't break any bones. Because holy moly, did this heal my brain in ways that I never thought would be possible. Yes, it is a B tier, mostly because the second part I can't say I'm not a fan of it because it's not even bad. I just kind of wish there was more of the first part considering, you know, the joke song. But then again, they cooked with this entire song. I just really love the first 30 seconds. Bro, I really love the melodies that that William has. Like, oh my lord. I don't know why. Sure, I was glitching when I did that, but don't worry about it. The song is good. Yes, it is over things like Cash Money and After Midnight. Sorry, not sorry. Now, since this song is short, I'm gonna cut this one short as well. I don't really think I have to explain much on this. Just know this is a very good joke song, and I have it on repeat currently. This song is just so good, yo. I really love how William sounds. But let's move on to our next one. Man is another one of those songs that I feel like you could get jiggy to in like the first 15 seconds or so. NGB's vocals are ecstatic, they're amazing, they're wonderful to listen to, they feel so cheery and wonderful. It feels like you're just going through a hop around the freaking Wizard of Oz for some reason. Boyfriend is the reason why the song is not that high, I would say. Yeah, he sounds weird. And by weird, I mean he sounds bad. Like, very bad. Why does he sound like that? Like, but the instrumental slaps, alright? It's kind of, not one note, but it's very much straightforward. It gets the job done. I feel like it's doing what it's doing, you know what I mean? You know, like, there are a few switch-ups here and there, like, around the, like, the minute and 30 mark, I believe, or minute and 40, where it switches to, like, kind of more of a retro-esque part. It hits hard. I like it. But, like, Boyfriend, why? Why do you sound like that? Why do you sound like you're giving birth to 3 kids while also drinking Coke and eating the best mac and cheese of your life and almost choking on it, while the autopsy reveals that you're about to die if you choke on one more, and then the baby pops out and you just die due to it forcing it and the mac and cheese just goes through your mouth? Like, bro, clean out your throat, gang. Why do you sound so... You sound like you have smoker's lungs, yo. Get off those cigs, yo. Get off the cigars, man. Get off the vape. I know it's that thing for new kids, even though I am one, but like, get off of it, yo. Stop it. Get to it. Now, besides that, this song is very good on its own. I feel like there's not much that's really needs to be changed. Keep NGT the way he is, alright? Even though I know he's not going to be in it, but whoever is going to be in this repurposed week or so, make it like this. I mean, you know, besides the whole character thing, but like, keep it like that. You know, I really like how it is currently. I really like how Man is. Cash Money, do whatever the frick you want with that one. I'm not a big one on that one, but like, Man, please don't change Man as much, even though I know it might, because, you know, the person who made it is a bad person. But like, I'm very much late to that, so whatever. But let's move on to our next B tier. Remember when I was hyping up the first 30 seconds of 25 ounces of sugar? Well, Fear. Fear is a way better version of 25 ounces of sugar. Alright. This song, I feel like, would have been the extended version of the first 30 seconds of 25 ounces of sugar. Now, when I tell you I love 808s to death, this 808 hit different. Crap hitting deep, bro. I feel like he went into the freaking cornerstones of my earlobes, bro. Now, for starters, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Nightmarion, something like that. They sound awesome. I really like their tonals. They sound really good. They sound both like, it's like it sounds creepy and dark, but since like the sprites are more in like a playful, like goofy way, it kind of makes it more funnier that it sounds creepy. But like, it fits, it works, it's very well made. Pico actually sounds good here too. Like, I expected him to sound at least a little bit off, considering there are songs that, you know, do this, like Take Care from Analog Funkin', for example. But this song, he actually doesn't even sound that bad. I feel like he sounds pretty manageable here. I feel like they could adjust him a bit more. Like, for starters, he sounds like a little bit too deep and raspy. I feel like if they lifted him up a few octaves and did just what they did here, I feel like it would work better. But honestly, he doesn't sound that bad either. Now, the instrumental is so good. Even though it's so simple, it just hits hard, man. Like, I really love it, bro. 808's in my jam. That 808 just hits different. But like, with that being said, with Nightmarion and Pico sounding well together, the duets being great, and the instrumental goes hard, it's time to move on to our next B tier.
Criminal.
My lord, dog. Criminal does what, you know, songs like Encathmophobia and Broadcast should have been, both from Analog Funkin'. I'm still on that, yes. I feel like those two songs, I feel like this song is a perfect embodiment of those two. The intensity, the freaking vocals, yo. William sounds amazing. Oh my lord. William goes hard in this song.
BF goes hard in this song. He sounds very clean in this too. He feels very, very clean, very presentable, if that makes sense. Like, he sounds very much more clearer than before, and I really like that. But William sounds so amazing, dog. He gets his melodies perfectly. He hits them perfectly. His deep notes are intimidating. His high notes hit hard. Man, he goes hard. Oh god, I love it. This song is so good. The instrumental goes freaking insane the entire way through. I feel like this song is it just does what Enchasmophobia broadcast and freaking, I'm just gonna say, Wonderland 2. I feel like it just encaptures what those three should have been. An actual intense, intense, like petrifying, crazy song that just needs all types of freaking crazy fingers to complete, bro. This song is great. Oh my lord, bro. Like, I'm being serious. There's practically barely any flaws. But like, sure, it's in B tier. Cause I really feel like it's just, sure, I literally just praised it, but like, then again, I feel like there are better songs than this, but like, how can I explain why? Like, cause like, there's not really much flaws in this song, really, honestly. Maybe the intro has, you know, the criminal stuff, the criminal voice lines from the original FNAF VHS, which I'm aware has controversy. You know, I just felt like adding criminal in here because, you know, it's a part of Ourple Guy. It's, you know, the OST. So, but like, I feel like that could have, I guess, panned out better. I feel like it didn't really mix well with the song, maybe. I feel like that could be a potential downgrade. That's probably like the only downgrade, really, is that the intro just didn't really do much. They practically just grabbed it, put it in there, and just put the song after. Like, they didn't really bother to mix it in, which is fine, I guess. Well, I don't really care for that if the song is just crazy as this, but like, could have worked it out a bit better. But I feel like that's the only downgrade. So with that being said, let's move on to our next song. Restless is a great example of showing emotion, conveying emotion, and performing and portraying emotion through song, through FNF. Restless is such a bop, yo, in such like a both good and like sad way. Like, bro, this crying child is going through it, and you know what he decided to do? Drop the sickest bars and die. That's the crazy thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy how just in FNF, you just got people that just gonna sing until they die, or sing while they're dying, or sing before they die. Like, yo, you don't know what survival instincts are, you know? Don't just, you know what, have fun, bro. Be you, gang. Do what you want. I'm not your boss, bro. I'm not your parent. Now, I don't know if this kid specifically has a name. I've looked around and I couldn't find anything. So I'm just gonna call him Crying Child. But he sounds great. Despite him crying because he's literally gonna get mauled, he sounds awesome. Weird thing to say, but keep crying. You sound great when you cry. You know what I mean? You sound amazing. You portray your emotions very well. I gotta hats off to the composer Case for doing this. I feel like every song I've heard of his has always slapped. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think I've heard one song of his yet that I haven't liked so far, because you know I haven't listened to all of his stuff, but I listened to a few, and I've liked all of it. So, hey, unless somebody can give me something he's made that I guess is mid to you guys' taste or bad, I'm gonna say that Case is a peak composer. Now, this song, oh my lord, bro. The instrumental, bro. The instrumental I feel like is the best part, because not only is it your average, not average, the OSTs, basic, like it's like its main thing here, the retro-esque pixelated type thing. It makes sense. It's based on the original games, but like, man, does it go especially hard here. I feel like the melodies and the chiptune-esque kind of thing fits so well here. And then there's just the drums hitting, the melody spitting, like, oh my lord, bro. And then just accompanied by the crying child's beautiful vocal cords just spitting out the most melancholic, beautiful things I've ever heard in my entire life. And as a dude that has 10 plus years of singing experience, I enjoyed every single moment of this. Genuinely. Now, I will like to say something before we end this part 1 of Ourple Guy. Oh my, I have to say this real quick, alright? I'm gonna assume no one's gonna do this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not trying to harass or bully the composers, and please don't do that yourself, please and thank you. But I'm just trying to give as much criticism as I can, and if I didn't, that sucks, but I would, please tell me, so I can analyze and become better with my stuff, because I really want to be better at this ranking videos thing, because I'm very new to this space. So if you guys please would give me as much criticism as needed, as much info, or as much as much of your takes on things, that would be very wonderful, and I would really love to see that. But with that being said, I think it is time to end part 1 of Versus Ourple Guy. Well, I feel like that ends it right about there. How were these takes? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree? Do you think my criticisms were as good enough as a 5-year-old toddler learning the alphabet? You tell me. But I've been your host, Mykah /Mikey /Mickey, and I will see you messing up my own outro. I'll see you when I make another ranking video, if that ever comes out to begin with.